Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiply and divide decimals. And the lessons we are going to cover today are estimate products of the decimal numbers, multiply decimals, inequalities with decimal multiplication, divide decimals by whole numbers, and multiply and divide decimals by powers of 10. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's start with the lesson. Okay, here I'm on grade 6 math. The chapter is multiply and divide decimals. So let's just start with the lesson, that is estimate products of decimal numbers. So basically we already know how to round off the decimals, right? So first we have to round off the decimals and then you have to multiply them, right? For example, the first one is 9.332 times 76. The question is estimate the product, round each number to its greatest place value and then multiply. So 9.332 multiply by 770, multiply by 76, right? So you have to round off both the numbers. 9.332, you have to round to whole number, right? So whenever you are rounding off a number to the whole number, you have to look at the first decimal value. The first decimal is 3 and 3 is less than 5. So you have to round on the same whole number. So it would be rounded off to 9. Then you have 76. 76, you have to round it to nearest 10. So when you round 76, it would be rounded off to 80, right? So just multiply non-zero values. 9 times 8 is 72. So it would be 720. Got it? The important thing here is to round off the numbers, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, 78 times 10.5. Okay, so 78 is rounded off to 78 is rounded off to 80, right? Then you have 10.5. You have to round off 10.5 and 10.5 you can round off to 10. So 10 times 80 equals 8 times 1 is 8. You have to add both the zeros, so it would be 800. The correct option is 800. Got it? Okay, estimate the product, round each number to the greatest place value and then multiply. Okay, so the greatest place value is 3000, right? 3857. So you have to round it to the nearest thousand. Okay, just look at you have 857, right? 8 is greater than 5. You have to round up means 3857 is rounded off to 4000, right? Then you have 5.42. 4 is less than 5, so you have to round on the same whole number. So you would be rounded off to 5. Just multiply the non-zero values. 5 times 4 is 20. You have to add then 1, 2, 3 zeros. So that means 4000 times 5 is 20,000. So the correct option is 20,000, right? Okay, the next one is estimate the product. So which is the correct option? 8,566 is rounded off to 9,000, right? And 10.27 is rounded off to 10. So 10 times 9,000 equals, yes, it is 90,000. Option number 1 is the correct option. Estimate the product, round each number to its greatest place value, then multiply. Okay, 8.59 times 29. So which is the correct option? You have to round off both the numbers first, right? Okay, 8.59, you have point 0.5, right? 0.59. That means you have to round up, right? You can round up to 8.59 is rounded off to 9, and 29 is rounded off to 30. So you have to do 9 times 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. So that would be 270. 270 it is. 29 is rounded off to 30. Okay, estimate the product. Round each number to its greatest place value and then multiply. So which is the correct option? So 10.9 is rounded off to 10, and 70 is already a 10, right? Do not confuse, just round off the numbers, right? For example, you have here 10.9, right? Usually you round off 10.9 to 11, but just look at the options, they are in hundreds, right? That means you don't have to round off to 11, just round off it to 10. Then 70 is already rounded, already on the 10, so 10 times 7 is 700. The correct option is 700. Got it? The options are in the hundreds, so you don't have to round up. Actually, we do, right? Just round on the 10, so it would be 700. Okay, the next one is 9.957 times 59. So you can round off 9.9 to 10, then 59 to 60. So 10 times 60 is, yes, it is 600. The correct option is 600. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is multiply decimals, right? So let's just start with the next lesson, that is multiply decimals, right? So you have 3.9 times 9.8. Multiply them as we do with whole numbers, right? Without decimal, just multiply. 3.9, just multiply 39 times 98, right? Without decimal, simple multiplication, right? Okay, 8 times 9 is 72. You have 2 here and 7 carry. 8 times 3 is 24 and 7, 31. Then 9 times 9 is 81, 1 and 8 carry. 9 times 3 is 27 and 8, 35, right? Just add them 2, 1 and 1, 2, 5 and 3, 8 and 3. Now you have to put a decimal point. Here you have one decimal value after decimal, right? Here you have after decimal, you have one place value, right? So 1 plus 1 makes 2. That means answer must have two decimal places. So it would be 38.22, right? So multiplying decimals is this easy, like you do simple whole number multiplication. You just have to put your decimal point, so you have to count decimal places. So in the first number you have one decimal place, in the second you have one decimal place. That means the answer must have two decimal places. So the correct option is 38.22. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, that's I think the same one we just did. Yes, that is 32.48. The correct option is 32 point. Oh, 68 is not 48, right? That is 32.68. Okay, the next one is 0.3 times 8.6. Just multiply without a decimal value. Just do it is 6 times 3. So 3 times 6 is 18, 8 and 1 carry. 3 times 8 is 24 and 1 25. So both the digits have 1 decimal place, right? So 1 plus 1 makes 2. You have to put decimal points from here to 2 point back. So it will be 2.58 is the correct option. Got it? So the correct option is 2.58. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, 2.8 times 9.7. So which is the correct option? Multiply them on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box. Okay, let's just multiply 28 times 97. Okay, 28 times 97. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 2 is 14 and 5 19. Okay, 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 2 is 18 and 7 25, right? So just add, that is 6, 9 into 11, 5, 6, 7 into, that is 27. You have both the numbers have one decimal place, right? So answer must have very good two decimal places. So that would be 27.16. The second option is the correct one. Okay, the next one is 4.5 times 6.5. So multiply and write the answer in the chat box, which is the correct option. Okay, the correct option is 4.5 times 6.5, that is 29.25. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. That is 29.25. Okay, the next one is 1.4 times 0.6. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 0.84. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, the next one is zero point 0.6 times 0.8. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 8 times 6 is 48, right? So, that would be 0.48. The last one is the correct option. 46, 8 times 6 is 48. Try to be perfect with the tables because multiplication is nothing without tables, right? Not only multiplication but division also. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is inequalities with decimal multiplication. Okay, 18 is greater or less than 4.0 times 5. So solve this side, right? 5 times 4.0 is it? So it is 5 times 4 is 20, right? Now you can decide 18 is greater than 20 or less than 20. So that means 18 is less than 20, right? The correct option is 18 is less than 20, right? 20 is more, yes. So then 18 is less than 20. Got it? Okay, the next one is 17 times 0.8 is greater or less than 14.1, which is the correct option. Think logically, right? See here, here you have 14.1, here you have 17, but you are multiplying 17 with a decimal value, right? So 17.17 times 0.8 is less than 14.1, right? Because 17 is a greater number than 14.1, but you are multiplying 17 with a very small value, that is 0.8. So definitely 17 times 0.8 is less than 14.1. You can even check by multiplying. Okay, hold on, let me do 17 times 0.8. So 17 times 0.8 is C 13.6. So obviously 13.6 is less than 14.1. Got it? Just think logically. The logic is 17 is, although 17 is greater than 14.1, but 17 is going to be multiplied by 0.8, and 0.8 is a very small value. So when you multiply 17 with a small value, the answer is also a small value, that is less than 14.1. So 17 times zero point 0.8 is less than 14.1. Very good. Okay, 7 times which sign makes the statement true? 7 and 3.1. Sorry, 3 times 2.1. So, which is the correct option? Yes, 7 is greater than 3 times 2.1 because 7 is greater, right? On the other side, you're going to do 3 point times 2.1. Okay, so which is the correct option? 2 times 8.8 and 15, which is the correct option? 6.3 is not more, 6.3 is less. So 2 times 8.8 is, so 2 times 8.8 is 17 point. No, not 15 is more. 8 is greater. Like you have 8.8 and you are multiplying 8.8 with 2. Here, the number you are going to multiply is 2. So 2 times 8.8 is 17.5. So 17.5 is less than 15. The correct option is less. Oh, sorry. 2 times 8.8 is 17.6 and 17.6 is greater than 15. So that would be 15. No, not 15 is more. 2 times 8.8 is 17. You can check even by multiplying. Got it? Okay, which sign makes the statement true? 5 times 0.8 and you have to compare it to 4. Yes, so they are exactly equal because 0.8 times 5 is 4. So 4 and 4 are exactly equal. Okay, the next one is 14 and you have to compare it to 5.8 times 3. So which is the correct option? 5.8, right? You are going to multiply 5.8 times 3, right? So 5.8 times 3 is 17 point something. So 14 is less than 17 point, right? Okay, the next one is 10.1 times 8 times 1.3. So 8 times 1.3 is 10.4, right? That means 10.1 is less than 10.4. The correct option is less. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Divide decimals by whole numbers. Let's just start with the lesson. The next one is divide decimals by whole numbers. So we are going to see how do we divide the decimals by the whole numbers, right? Okay, just divide without a decimal, right? 6,550, sorry, 651.6. Or you can divide with decimal. Division is bit 651.6 divided by 4, right? Okay, start with dividing. 4 times 1 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Bring 5 down. 4 times 6 is 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. Bring 1 down. 4 times 2 is 8. You have 3. Now you have a decimal point over here. Put this over here. Now you can bring 6 down. So 4 times 9 is 36, right? So the correct option is 162.9. So you can see division is this easy, right? So the correct option is so the correct option is 162.9. Option 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, the next one is 61.88 divided by 4. 61.88 divided by 4. Okay, start with 4 times 1 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. Now bring 1 down. 4 times 5 is 20. 21 minus 20 is 1. Here you have decimal point, right? Now put decimal point here and bring 8 down. 4 times 4 is 16. Now bring 8 down. 4 times 7 is 28. So the correct option is 15.47. Got it? When you divide, the correct option is 15.47. Division is this easy if you know the tables. So that is 15.47. Got it? Okay, the next one is 296.22 divided by 3. You have to give the exact answer, right? Okay, you have to do 296.22 divided by 3. Okay, 3 times 9 is 27. Now bring the 6 down. 3 times 8 is 24. You have a decimal point over here. Now put here and bring the next digit down. 3 times 7 is 21. And 2 down. 3 times 4 is 12, right? So the correct option is 98.70. For option number B is the correct option, that is 98.74. Okay, the next one is divide 693.3 divided by 3. So which is the correct option? So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1, that is 231.1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 18.9 divided by 2. So which is the correct option? Okay, let's just divide 18.9 by 2 is 18.9 divided by 2. The correct option is 9.45. So the second option is the correct option, right? That is 9.45. Okay, the next one is 90.84 divided by 2, which is the correct option. The correct option is yes, that is 45.42. The last option is the correct one. Okay, the next one is 798.82 divided by 5. So, which is the correct option? So, the correct option is 798.82, and you have to divide it by the 5. The correct option is 159.764. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 98.2 divided by 5. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 19.64, right? The last option is the correct option. That is, and make sure when you are working on multiplication and division, you need to be perfect with the tables, right? If you are not perfect with the table, multiplication and division is very difficult for you. So try to recall the tables. Okay, the next one is 313.44 divided by 3, which is the correct option. which is the correct option? Okay, let me check. 313.44 divided by 3. That is 104.48. The last option is the, yes, the last option is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 535.95 divided by 2. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is, yes, that is option number 1. That is 267.975, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 6 maths. The chapter we were working on is multiply and divide decimals, and the lessons we have covered today are estimate products of decimal numbers, multiply decimals, inequalities with decimal multiplication, and divide decimals by whole numbers, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any question, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in